Ladies and gentlemen, how the devil are we all doing? It's 20 nipple grandmas? Brilliant. Welcome to this week's Top 5 Camps. As ever, we've got some absolute stunners lined up for you. So sit back, relax, and get ready to see some true masochism. So to kick it off this week, in the number 5 spot we have Fuzz Brain with Stephen Scarberry's Mothman Shrine. Now evidently, the most striking thing about this camp is how well it fits into the game. It's just that, convincing. It looks like an actual location that Bethesda's put in. Even for a basement dwelling bastard such as myself that spent way too much time in this game, it is hard to tell that this is indeed a player-made camp. It's just so bloody war-friendly and immersive. Everything from the materials used, the layout of the camp, the location. In my opinion, it just fits the Wasteland vibe, well, perfectly. Now, there isn't very many actual interiors in this camp, but in the couple that I can see, they are beautifully decorated. When I say beautiful, I use that term loosely, What I actually mean to say is they look like a pensioner's mantelpiece. There's literally crap everywhere, but that's not a bad thing in this type of build. It's what you'd expect to see. Fuzz Brain, you've done a cracking job with this one. Like I say, it looks like, an in-game location, and that's an hard thing to pull off. Thank you very much for entering this week, mate, and congratulations on the number 5 spot. Very well deserved indeed. Now, before we get to the number 4 spot, guys, I want to make you aware that the judge for this week is, well, it's me. Exciting times indeed. Anyhow, now we've got that useless bit of information out of the way, let's get back to the top 5. In the number 4 spot this week, we have Twisted Bros with the 70s Rancher Camp. And what do I like about this one? Well, the main thing is just how clean and simple the design is. There's nothing too flashy going on the exterior at least. Wait till you see some of the stuff on the inside. Honestly, sometimes less is more. I like a madhouse as much as the next guy does, but I do enjoy the simplicity of a nice, normal shaped build every now and again. There's also the attention to detail on this one. Take, for example, the porch foundations. A lot of people, they just leave the bottoms of them exposed, which is, it's fine. I'm not having a go at you for it. But Twisted has taken the time to put down some underpinnings, to cover them up. And personally, I think they work really well on this build. Same with the edges going around the camp as well. Now, the interior is a little bit more complicated. Take, for example, that kitchen there. We've got some merges going down, we've got a floating desk, and just the right amount of clutter. I honestly really do like that. The pièces du résistance, as the Dutch say, though, is this radio set here. That must have taken some time and effort to, get right. Very, very impressive indeed, as is the display cabinet next to it as well. All in all, Twisted, you've done a fantastic job on this one. The exterior is chef's kiss. And on the interior, I think the levels of decoration are just right. You've not absolutely stuffed the place, and the bits that you have done, you've paid some real care and attention to. Thank you very much for entering this week, and congratulations on the number 4 spot. Hats off to you, mate. Now then, in the number 3 spot, we have yet another build from Moonlight Cowboy. He just keeps on coming, doesn't he? Week in and week out, this guy's producing some top quality builds, and this one is no different. Now let me tell you guys, this monorail arch is one of the OG locations in Fallout 76. Yeah, I guess it's right calling it that. I have seen many builds here, but none of them quite like this. Most builds that you see around this tower are actually incorporated into it. If that makes any sense? No, it probably doesn't. Anyhow, I digress. Even building a simple camp here can be quite difficult with the clipping in the tower itself. So when you take that into account and you look at Moonlight's build, how he's managed to shoehorn that in there, you can see why it's so impressive, can't you? That shape that you see in there, ladies and gentlemen, is not one you can just throw down. You have to use blueprints. I think I've told you 9 million times before. And how Moonlight has managed to shoehorn it in such a tight spot is, well, it's anyone's guess. That is some properly tricky work that's gone on there. So fair play to you, Moonlight. I applaud you on that one. Now onto the interior. Mate, these just keep getting better and better as each week goes by. I love how you've got the couches moulded to the shape of the build. And that little bar section you've got going on upstairs, yeah, that's cool, that, mate. Fair play. Honestly, guys, everything about this build is so well put together and it fits absolutely perfectly. And like I say, it's no easy feat. Moonlight, some truly mind-blowing work from you on this one, pal. Congratulations on the number 3 spot. It's very well deserved, and thank you very much for entering this week. Right then, ladies and gentlemen, how are you liking the build so far? As ever, you know what I'm going to say, don't you? I absolutely bloody love them. However, I'm reckoning there's some of you in these comments thinking, you know what, I could do a better job than all of these builders put together. I should be in the top 5. And you know what, while that may be true, my name isn't Nostradamus. I need to see them. And the only way you can do that is by going in the description of this video, clicking on the Discord link, and look for the weekly submissions section. Post your camp down in there, and who knows, next week you may be in the top 5. There's only one way to find out, so please come along and show me what you can bloody do. Anyhow, on to the number 2 spot. And this week it's Lady H with the See What Sticks food truck. And my god, I can feel my cholesterol rising from here.
Give me the cage.
Now, Lady H, I'm not even going to pretend to know how you've made this. You know, there's more merging going on than the motorway at rush hour. I'm sorry, my apologies. I said motorway. To all my American viewers, that's the correct way of saying freeway. Yeah. Anyhow, I can see the new Coca-Cola Quantum prefab truck thing there at the front, and I can just about make out the new stash box with a car on it at the back there. I also think you've put that on top of the Fortune Tower prefab, but basically, the long and short of it, guys, is there's a shit ton of mixing and matching going on here, and I bloody love it. I honestly can't begin to imagine how much time this has taken you. There's obviously been a shed ton of work gone into this. I've said it before and I'll say it again, guys. The way that some of you use items to make things that were never intended to be in the game is really ingenuitive. And this bugger's absolutely bristling with it. I mean, I've just noticed at the front there, the Corvega car bench thing merged into the truck. It's clever. Honestly, I'd love to go over every single little merge you've done on this, but 1, I probably wouldn't find them, and 2, the video would be 6 days long. So yeah, I'll have to leave you with a congratulations on the number 2 spot, Lady H. Very well deserved indeed, and thank you so much for entering this week. This was absolutely incredible. Fair play to you. Now then, we come to the point in the video where we, you know, hit the number 1 spot. And who do you think it's going to be this week? Anyone who's in the Discord has seen some of the entries, and yeah, it's been tough. However, I'm going to have to keep you waiting for just a little bit longer, because what time is it, guys? Of course, it's time for the honourable mentions. Yes, and again this week, I've had to go with 2. And the first one this week is from our good friend Goldfinger with the Return of the Enclave Pentagon Camp. And guys, the shape of this is just, well, it's bloody fantastic, isn't it? And the fact that it's a military camp, I honestly don't see too many military themed camps. So when one of this caliber comes out of the woodwork, yeah, I'm going to pay attention to it. Goldfinger, I love the uniqueness of this one. The shape is obviously the main thing that stands out about it. And you could 100% imagine this being some top secret government installation somewhere. Fantastic work as ever, Goldfinger, and congratulations on the honourable mention. Now then, the second one we've got is from Motionless with the Cozy Modern Home. Now, I like this one because obviously you have got the modern elements in it with the colours of the wallpaper and the pointy triangle slopey boy at the back, but it's also got a little bit of an old school vibe about it as well with the porches and the picket fences. It is a properly nice blend of, you know, 2 different styles, and I think it works really well. Motionless, thank you very much for entering this week, pal, and congratulations on the honourable mention. Very well done indeed. Right then, so the time has come. Who has got the number 1 spot? Like I said, guys, it's been a tough week, but there can only be one winner. And this time round it is Jackamara with the Death of a Blood Eagle camp. And guys, this one is truly astounding. Not just because of the camp as well, there's a whole bloody story behind it. I think it's called Machinima. Am I pronouncing that right? I'm a little bit, you know, behind the times on that kind of stuff. Either way, whatever it's bloody called, the video's fantastic and Jackamara's voice is capable of impregnation just by hearing it. Now this build is actually a number of flying vehicles like this one here, and the amount of time this must have taken. All the merging, all the planning behind it. Yeah, there's been a lot gone into this. Trust me when I say that. The fact that you've built them up in Earth's low orbit as well is bloody impressive, mate. Merging like that and working out how to make items work with one another is hard enough down on the ground, let alone 82 million feet in the air. Now, I know some of you love merging, and I know some of you hate it, but guys, if you're sitting on the hate it side of the fence, you can't deny that there's a lot of bloody effort gone into that. It's been really well put together and properly thought out as well. And dare I say it, it's kind of immersive. They do look like some, you know, thrown together ramshackle vehicles you may find in the wasteland. Aye, I could see a Raider or a Blood Eagle flying on one of them, no problems whatsoever. Jackamara, the video, the camp building, everything as a whole was, you know, it was spectacular, mate. You clearly put a lot of dedication and time into this build, and you're more than deserving of the number 1 spot this week. Congratulations, pal, and thank you very much for entering. And thank you to each and every single one of you that entered this week. It's not easy, and believe me, it's not easy to judge either. The competition is bloody tough, and the bar for the bills just keeps getting raised each and every week. But just remember, guys, even if you didn't get in, you are, keeping the building community alive. So please keep making those fantastic creations and keep on submitting them. As ever, I'd like to say a massive thank you to all my Patreons and channel members. The extra support is much appreciated. If that's something any of you guys are interested in, there's a link in the description, as well as a link to all my other socials and of course my Discord where you can show off your own builds. Yes. Anyhow, that is it from me this week. I hope you enjoyed it, and as we say in the north, I'll love you and leave you, and I'll catch you next one.